The partners of the MBN Network and I would like to invite you to Life Class held in Buckhead, the most beautiful part of Atlanta, Friday from 8 to 9 p.m. If you want to be a part and be empowered, learn, network, and receive empowerment, email us right now. See you there.
Life Guide. This service provides divine direction and insight for your life and future. Larry D. Reid specializes in spiritual guidance through readings, counsel, and dream interpretation. As he communicates with people, within minutes, Larry D. Reid begins to engage the spirit world, seeing and hearing things on their behalf that are vital, pertinent, and necessary for the success of their destiny. Having served thousands of people from all walks of life for over 20 years, Larry D. Reid has been and is the Life Guide. Book your appointment today.
I know I got you surprised because today is Sunday and normally we do Power Up 15 on Tuesday mornings and Tuesday evenings, but I had a prompting, I had a feeling that I need to come here and talk to whoever will come on live and also those that will come back and just listen to or watch this broadcast. Hello to those of you on YouTube, those of you on Facebook, and those of you that are watching us on Periscope. We're about to have the conversation. I kept getting hit up today. I got hit up over and over and over and over. And people was asking, me a question concerning things concerning church, things concerning spirituality. And what I found out is that I'm getting a wrinkle right here in my neck at 40 years old. I got to find a way to get rid of that because I cannot have these indentions. And what I found out is that many people had many different reasons why they weren't going to church. Some people I talked to, the reason why they weren't at church on today is Sunday. For any Christian, you're supposed to have your hind part at the church house. And for many different people, the reason why that they weren't at church, some because they haven't found a church that they like. For some, the church that they go to, they really don't like, but they go there because they like the pastor or they got a friend that go there or they just feel like they just been bamboozled to go. And then some other people just didn't go to church because it's not their norm. It's not what they do. It's not how they take care of themselves spiritually. It's not how they practice their connection with God. They don't do it by way of the church. Okay, so I talked to all these different people, but one thing that everybody had in common was issues, problems. Also, the desire wanting to grow, wanting to understand themselves and God in a deeper way. So I want to talk about that. Number one, this is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the benefits of going to church. And then we're going to talk about the pros. Then we're going to talk about the cons for some of going to church because, yes, depending on the church and depending on the person, there are some cons. Then also, I want to also share with you or reshare with you a prophecy I told each and every one of you that watched me in 2017, December, concerning 2018. There's some stuff I didn't pay attention to, some stuff you didn't pay attention to that now when we go over, you're going to be like, oh, I won't pay attention. I won't look, and I don't know what my problem is. I got it wrote out just the exact same way I told y'all before. We're going to go over that. Do not log off. Share this with everybody right now, because it's going to be one of the most important streams you have ever watched, one of the most important audios you have ever listened to. If you are a supporter of the NBN Network and you watch Power Up 15 Larry Live, this is going to be a stream that is more important, a broadcast more important than either one of those shows have ever done before. Okay, so let's go ahead and have the conversation. First of all, I want you guys to shoot back at me. There's a number I'm going to put at the bottom of the screen. You can call in at any given time and tell me why you aren't at church. I want to hear, why aren't you at church right now? It's Sunday. It's Pentecost Sunday, I think it is. That just came to my mind. This is like one of the most important Sundays. You're supposed to go to church on Easter and Pentecost, and you're supposed to go for a funeral and a wedding. And you ain't at church. Why? Why aren't you at church? Call in 646-787-8174 at any time during this broadcast to let me know why you aren't at church. As I'm going through talking about, number one, I'm going to start with the benefits of the church. Now, I did this on the stream 2.5 years ago. I talked about the benefits of going to church, because there are benefits of going to church. Now, if you are watching me and you know that there are benefits of going to church, I want you to put them down there. Type in the benefits of going to church. But what we are going to get to are the cons of going to church. Certain churches, certain people, there are cons, and I want to discuss them. Ain't nobody going to judge you, and nobody's going to tell you that you must start going to church. Do I think going to church is a good thing? Yes, I do. The right one at a certain time in your life. Absolutely, you need to. But I've been getting inboxes. A lot of people aren't going anymore, or a lot of people don't want to go anymore. So you can call in, share that with me. Give me your name, the location you're calling from. Keep it about 2 minutes. And then let's see if we can have a conversation that can benefit somebody. Okay, so number one, what are the benefits of going to church? And I mentioned this many, many years ago. Oh, I see you writing in the benefits right now. Somebody said 2 reasons. The men chorus sung Sunday boring. Second, the church I attend doesn't recognize Pentecost. So that's the reason why you're not at church on today. Somebody said, I didn't feel like going today. I saw a few live feeds though. Okay, that's good. Live feeds I think are very important. The Christ consciousness in me, that's why I do not go to church. Okay, we want to understand what you mean and what are you trying to say. 646-787-8174. Let's first start with the benefits of going to church. It's already been mentioned, and this is going to be in no particular order since Rosalind already mentioned it. Let's put that as number one. The number one reason of going to church for a lot of people is fellowship, fun, and family. Let's write that down. Let's type that in there. Fellowship, fun, and family. That's one of the main benefits of going to a church, having a church home, is fellowship, fun, and family. Now, somebody may be like, look, I ain't never went to church and had no fun. That's because you went to the wrong church. You need to go to the right church. You go to the right church, you're going to have some fun, and you're going to have fellowship, and you can probably find you a family, a foster family. Some of us need foster families because our foster family is all we got. It's literally fostering the family we ain't got. Some of us need a foster family because our core family or our real family at the time is broken down. The relationships are broken down, so I need somewhere I can call home. Okay, and just like in the family, the church is going to have some issues and some folk in there is probably crazy and some stuff that happened. You're probably, oh, I can't believe that happened. But that's just what happened when you get anywhere people is getting, because people are flawed and people are screwed up and got issues, just as many issues as they do have many good qualities. You know, so number one reason, and this is in no particular order, the benefits of going to church: family, fun, and fellowship. Okay, let's look at another reason of going to church, another good reason of going to church. And I want to know why you aren't at church today. 646-787-8174. Call in right now. Share your name, your location, in 2 minutes. Let us know why you're not going to church and have that conversation. All right, second benefit of going to church is employment. Now, this might not be everybody, but if you got a gift to sing, and you got a gift to preach, or you got a gift of administration, you got a gift of just being able to take direction and implement it, oversight, any gifting or talent or an ability that is noteworthy and probably above the par, you probably can go to church and get you a good job. So some people are at church this morning because it's their job. And some people are not at church this morning because they ain't got no job. If the church hired them, they go. I told somebody the other day they invited me to go to their church, and they said, it was a female apostle, and I had clicked on the video one time during the week and listened to them. 5 minutes, I clicked the heck off. Reason being, number 1, I'm intelligent. You just can't go talking to me all kind of crazy and then think it's just going to do good for me, and you babbling. This just ain't going to work for me. Number 2, I'm an entertainer. So you need to be entertaining while you are at the same time teaching me. So give me a reason to continue to watch you. I can't watch no dry talk. That's dry. Oh, Jesus. That's not going to work. I got to have something. Get to a tune, do some riffs, some singing, or when you talk, use your hands, do some inflections in your voice or something. You can Joyce Meyer me or Joel Osteen me, but they are not boring. They have some rise and fall, some moments of humor stuff. Get your talking public skills up. And I told them, I don't tend to go to church unless I am being employed to go, meaning you hire me to preach and hire me to sing, and that's just what truth is. Other than that, I mean, my mom and dad can get me to go to church, so some friend or something to go support what. No, other than that, man, I go. That's just what the truth is. I'm not even gonna tell you no lie. And the reason for that, for me personally, at this time, is because a lot of preachers and a lot of churches, they just aren't good. And good is relative, so I'm talking for me. They just ain't good. Now, I would go if I'm not employed to sing or preach or however to go. If it's good, but it's not good enough for me to go. I'd rather just stream the part that your church got, because they got good choir, or the part that your church got, because they got good speaker, or a good dance team. I like to see them shake and shimmy and liturgic, Other than that, man, I go. And if you're a pastor, you're a church member, you're offended by what I say, just step your church up. Because there are many people like me that's out there, and you sound unintelligent. Okay, so number 1, fellowship, fun, and family. Number 2, employment. Number 3, money. Let me explain that. You can go to church and build your money. You can, first of all, if with the teaching and the whole giving and reciprocity thing, it can increase your income. Going there, you can meet more people depending on what business you're in. It can increase your business, which is your income. So money is another reason why people go to church. I really should say money and power. Money and power is another reason why people go to church, because it can increase your influence, which increases your affluence when you start connecting with people. And if you have a business or you have something that people can benefit from. So money is one of the reasons that people go. That can also be connected to those that are employed. I got to go to work so I can get paid, get my check and pay my light bills and pay my fixed bills. So that's another reason why the people go to church. Let's move away from that one because I won't spend too long. But I want to know why you ain't at church right now. 646-787-8174. 646-787-8174. Last one that I on my list of the benefits of going to church is the spiritual high, the re-up, the intense positive energy that you get when you go to church. Now, let me say this, and I don't particularly like this kind of going on. I tend to like church. I like church. When I go to church, I want church. I don't want the fluffy, positive, opium, weed smoke, guitars, Bohemian Rhapsody praise team type Hillsong. That ain't my thing. This just ain't my thing. But there's a lot that we can learn from ministries like that, like Stephen Furtick. Is that how you say his name? Stephen Furtick. You go to their church from the time you hit the parking lot. They're giving you that spiritual, high, intense energy. So where if you click on their live streams like I have, because this is how I got into this, because I clicked on Stephen Furtick's live stream. And when I tell you everybody in there act like they was high and like they had drunk the Kool-Aid, if you know what I mean, drunk the Kool-Aid and were just fully foolish in Christ. Oh, you're everything, I'm nothing. They just caught up. I said, this, where they at and where I'm at watching this, it makes them look strange. You know, it probably make me look ungodly and just unchristlike. But then I understood the tactic. There is a tactic that they do, similar to Walt Disney World, similar to any amusement park. The moment you hit the ground, in many cases, you're hearing music, or you're hearing the music of the voices of the helpers of the people. They are coming through the line doing high fives. Oh, we're about to have a great time. Oh, the band is going to be good. They got the red carpet and the red rope, and it's almost like going to a concert. They're building excitement the entire time, from the time of you standing out there in line to come. And a whole lot of black ministries have picked this up as well. And it may be a black ministry that invented this, I don't know. But I do know the business model. They are constantly building you up. I mean, to where you're so high by the time you get in the church, when the doors open, there's this rush of energy, everybody going to the seat, and the music is going. And in many cases, you got popcorn, you got coffee, you got drinks, you got the books. All of this is going on at the church. And from a business standpoint, it's really to get you connected to buy their business or buy their brand and choose them as your church. But on the spiritual side, they're trying to lift you up out of your week. They are literally trying to cause you to be like, oh my God, this is the place that I'm going to come every single week and all the time to just get my Reid up, my spiritual high Reid up, that intense positive energy. And they're telling you, you know, God is for you, God loves you, you're great. Same thing at Osteen Church, same thing at most of them big churches, or any big conference, any business conference you're going to go to. I'm going to this film and music one next month. They canceled yesterday, which is the same. How you going to cancel 24 hours before? But anyway, they do the same thing. You're bombarded with emails. You go one time, they connect to your email. They're sending you stuff in the mail. And it just creates a positive energy. We're talking about on the spiritual side. Now on the business side, it's just the marketing scheme, basically. But point is, what they do well. The band is good. We're talking about church. The singing is good. The preacher is inspirational. And it just lifts, lifts, and lifts. So that's another reason why the people go to church every Sunday. Let me look and see the reason why that some of you go. Too many churches want you, Marie Harden says, too many churches want you to volunteer and expect you to show up like it's a paying job. Come early, stay late. A using spirit. Well, if you feel like you're being used, then that is not the setup for you. Definitely, if you feel like you're being used, that's not the setup for you. Yes, Felicia repeat after me and says, step your church up. Yeah, if you want folk to come, step your whole church up. Somebody says, say that. If it's not moving you, why do spiritual leaders think gonna move me spiritual? Okay, I think you had a typo, though I didn't quite get it. Somebody said Bishop Curry's sermon from the wedding was enough. It was enough for you? We're gonna talk about that tomorrow on Larry Live. We're gonna scrutinize this a little bit. Okay, so why aren't you at church on today? Could it be because of this? I wrote a book a while ago called Let the Church Say Change. 2011, I think I wrote it. And let me read a little bit to you on the back of what I said. I said, it's talking about being me, and it says he introduces a threefold approach to personal problem solving that he believes every local church should utilize, that is sure to promote holistic growth and development in the lives of the congregant and the visitor alike. Dr. Reid unearths and challenges the outmoded and outdated methods that have offended many who have looked to the church for resolve. Now, could it be that one of the reasons why you are not at church this morning is because you've been offended? Or one of the reasons why you're not at church because it's not helping you resolve anything in your life. It's becoming something else that you have to do. It's becoming something else on the list that you have to check off. It's becoming drudgery. It's like a job, like somebody said, a job you're not getting paid for. Is that what it is? Why aren't you at church? And I don't think it's always the person that's not going issue. Sometimes I think it is a model or a mode or a methodology issue. I think it is. And we have to look at that. This is 2018. 2018 forward, we have got to consider as a business, as a brand, what can I do to make me more appealing, to reach more people, to talk to more people, to influence more people, or get more people to buy my product. And pastors and churches, you are no different. You are, in some sense, a business. And it's important for you to reevaluate, evaluate, and reevaluate, evaluate, and reevaluate, and see, are you becoming great at reaching your niche market, or are you becoming great at reaching the world? Now, my Jesus, this is my Jesus, who I believe is God. Now, everybody don't believe Jesus is God, but that's what I believe, and you can believe whatever you want to believe. I won't bother you. Long as it works, it works, and Jesus has worked for me. Now, my Jesus, his view and vantage is global. It ain't about just reaching church people or just churchifying people. It's about doing something that reaches the entire world. At the same time, you can reach your niche, but you can't be focused on your niche. Black males and females, you know, I'm black males and females that have an urban look and intellectual, evolved, conscious, and embrace all different types of people and blah, 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 blah. Now, because that's my niche. But I'm also focused on folks don't look nothing like me. So anything I do with my niche market and do with those that my core audience, I'm also trying to speak and be in a way to where anybody that watch me or engage me can benefit. Maybe that's what the church need to do. What you think, Nancy?
I agree.
Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe we need to do church differently. Maybe we need to do church, still do what you do, but do it in a way, upgrade a little piece, expand a little piece, do it in a way to where anybody can lock into you and extract something they need. How about that? All right, let me see what you're saying. Y'all scared to call in. 646-787-8174. Why aren't you going to church? Somebody said every church is going live. Why go when you can stay home and watch? That could be another reason that a lot of people aren't going to church, because they can just watch it there at the house. I agree with that, Cedric. I agree. Somebody said, Shelly says, I'm not there today because I grew up in the church. So the older I got, the whole usher board would be a bingo. The organ player higher than Cooter Brown. It threw me off the older I got. These people were so holy to me. Oh, okay, I see, and I understand. Because when you, like I said, you're dealing with people, people have problems. And so I think the idea that is in our world and consciousness that church people and going to church, you're going where everybody else is perfect and got it right. So you go in there to sit amongst them to feel for a moment that you perfect and got it right because of God. Well, maybe that just need to be thrown all the way out, because it's not reality and it's not the truth. The organ player gets high. He just ain't getting high while he's sitting there preaching. The preacher has sex, and he don't always have sex in the way that you would find that a preacher should, but he do it. But he's not doing it at that moment. Maybe we have to tear down this lie that make people think that there is perfection in the church, or there's perfection anywhere, for that matter. Maybe that. Okay. All right. So why aren't you at church? 646-787-8174. I want to know why you are not at church. Okay, so we talked about the outmoded and the outdated methods, which is probably the reason why a lot of people aren't at church. And this is something that a long time ago, when I wrote this book, Let the Church Say Change, you should get the book and you should read it. Go right now, barnesandnobles.com, and get the book. I remember I was sleeping, and right after this, I'm going to get into the prophecy for 2018 that we paid no attention to. And I saw this scripture wrote on the ceiling in a vision. It was Isaiah 56, 3-8, the New International Version and all. That's what I saw wrote on the ceiling in the vision. Came out the vision, opened my natural eyes and looked, and there I seen it wrote there. I mean, of course, it won't up there next time I look, so all of that was the spirits of something happening. And this is what this particular passage of scripture said. It's a pretty long, but I read pretty fast. Let's go. Let no foreigner who has bound himself to the Lord say, the Lord will surely exclude me from his people. And let not any eunuch complain, I am only a dry tree, for this is what the Lord says. To the eunuchs who keep my Sabbaths, who choose what pleases me and hold fast to my covenant, to them I will give within my temple and its walls a memorial and a name better than sons and daughters. I will give them an everlasting name that will not be cut off. And foreigners who bind themselves to the Lord, to serve him, to love the name of the Lord, and to worship him, all that keep my Sabbath without desecrating it and hold fast to the covenant, these I will bring into my holy mountain. Blah, 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 blah. He says, I will gather still others to them besides the rest. This scripture let me understand, I believe it was God communicating to me so that I can understand that all people are welcome to the church. Could it be that the reason why you're not going to church is because you feel like you're not welcome? 646-787-8174. Caller ending in 9264. What's your name? Where you calling from? And tell me why you're not going to church.
Hey, Reid, this is Cedric.
Hi.
Well, I didn't go to church today for two reasons. Well, I didn't go to my church today because they're Baptist and they don't recognize Pentecost. So I didn't go today for that, go to my church for that reason. Mm-hmm. But I am going to a friend of mine's church this evening who does recognize Pentecost. Second reason I didn't go today is because the men's choir song today, and I'm not a huge fan of quartet music, so I stayed home and streamed the service, and I skipped the men's choir, and I came back when I thought a pastor was preaching. So that's another reason why I didn't go today.
Okay, that is very interesting. And you know what? All those reasons are valid reasons. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with you choosing not to go to church because it's just on this particular week, just not what you're feeling. Is that okay in my eyes? I think it's okay. But there are probably many people that feel like it's not okay. But I think it's okay.
Well, apparently so, because from the live stream, it wasn't many people there, and I guess a lot of people aren't fans of the men's choir, so they choose on third Sundays to go other places. And one more reason, seems like now they're stressing tithes and offering a lot. So I'm assuming maybe the money that's coming in is not been where it needs to be, so they've been stressing. He's been stressing tithes and offering, and was having married couples come up who would testify about how God has been blessing them when they decided to, tithe and everything. So now the first Sunday in June, they're having Trust God Sunday, where he wants 100% of the congregation to tithe. So that's been kind of irritating too, a little bit for me.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. Thank you so much for calling in, Cedric. And where you calling in from?
All right. I'm in, you know who this is.
Oh, you in Atlanta. I know you are. Yes. Thank you for calling in, man.
All right. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's one of our faithful streamers from years ago. Okay, now listen. Do you think it's okay to do that? I'm going to tell you, I pastored the church for 20 years. So this is what I'm going to say. The price of every darn thing done went the heck up. And in order to keep a building, paid payroll, we need money. And so a lot of times what pastors do, they focus on the reciprocity, the law of reciprocity. If you tithe, if you give, then it's going to come back to you. And I mentioned one of the benefits of going to church. I mentioned money. And that whole law of sowing and reaping thing, you put your faith on that thing and do it, you are going to reap. Point blank, no chaser. It is what it is. It's the truth. Now, do I believe that sometimes pastors and preachers manipulate people into giving? Yes, I do. And do I think sometimes we talk about it too much? Yeah, or have? Yeah. You heard Cedric say that's the reason why he ain't going, because you get tired of hearing over again. So that's what it is. Okay, another reason, why aren't you going to church this Sunday? Minister Joshua Kessler says, negativity, elitism. Whoa, I talked about that. Controlling, cultish, oppressive, to name a few. That's the reason why he says some people aren't going to church anymore, because of the negativity, the elitism, the control. Is cultish, oppressive, to name a few. Okay, so what do you do? What do you do? What do you do if that is the issue? Should you stop going to church altogether, or should you find you another church? What'd you say, Nancy? Find you another church and stop going to church. Well, I'm going to say this for Nancy answers. I think that if you have been in a church and this has been the situation for a long period of time, Keep your hips at the house for the spill. Don't go. Because you've been a victim of negativity, elitism, controlism, cultures, all that kind of stuff. That's a whole lot of psychological stuff. Don't go for a while. In fact, instead, do your own soul work, which is going to take way more discipline than going to church. Going to church is much easier, in my opinion, than doing soul work. Do your own soul work and probably get you a therapist and whatever else you got to do, to start working on your own issues, because you have God within you, so you're not by yourself. So just get beside of God, side of him, and sit within yourself and get to work. Then at the same time, testing. All right. So, okay, so if you've been a victim of all those type things going on, then you don't need to go for a little piece of time. We'll do all that soul work, get your therapist, get this, that, work on that, and the same, and then be peeking over there, see if you can find you a church. Look online and do some research. Watch the YouTubes. Watch the Bible studies. That's when a lot of people don't even broadcast that because they know that's at the Bible studies and them other services, you really can find out what kind of spirit you got going on up in there. So that's what I would say. Okay, somebody said one of the reasons why, somebody said tan in your yard where the 2 or 3 are gathered. That is Jamaican Desmond. And it's been a long time since I've seen you. I got to see you again in London. Somebody said, yes, the reason why I don't go to church is because of mind control. Wow. Linky Love says homophobia is why I don't go to church. In my book, the Think book, I don't have that. Is that sitting over there? You see it anywhere? Can you grab it for me? I'm going to read something that I said many, many years ago. I think this may have been 2007, concerning homophobia and the church. It is something that really needs to be addressed, something that needs to be looked at. This is a new book. It's called The Think Book. It's also on barnesandnobles.com. Now, there are 2 books you got to go buy today. The first one you got to go get, let the church say change as opposed to amen. I don't care what Marvin Wine said. And then The Think Book. And in The Think Book, many years ago, I wrote something about the church and homosexuality. Let me see if I can find that, because that is a big issue. And let me just go ahead and say this. If you got any kind of business and you got a problem with homosexuals, you got a problem with gay people, pansexual, transgender, and whatever all them things is, you need to find a way, first of all, to get past whatever that is in you that don't like what is you. And let me explain this. Everybody in the world, we are each other. So if you have a problem with someone that is of a difference than you literally have a problem with yourself. Okay, let me read a couple of things that I said concerning sexuality or homosexuality in the book, The Think Book. All right, I said this. Human sexuality is an actuality that the church mentality can never see in reality. The brutality that the laity in every locality has toward homosexuality is the church's therapy given to these many. An uncompromising love made reality will move these souls towards everlasting remedy and bankrupt the enemy. I'm gonna read it again because I was being a little songwriter-ish, a little poetic right through there. Human sexuality is an actuality that the church mentality can never see in reality. The brutality that the laity in every locality has towards homosexuality is the church's therapy given to these many. So the therapy that the church is given to homosexuals is brutality. An uncompromising love made reality will move these souls towards everlasting remedy and bankrupt the enemy. This is the reason why Linky Love says I think that's a she, don't go to church anymore. is because of homophobia. Oliver Clark says, right, Linky, for me, especially with the black church, they say, come as you are, but as a member of the LGBT or LBGT community, the church really doesn't want me there. That's really sad. And I can't say that you're wrong. But I can say that all churches aren't like that. And this is one of the things I want to do. I'm an apostle. I pastored for 20 years. I'm talking in church terms now, so everybody ain't going to get this. I'm talking in a way everybody can get it. I start churches. That's my thing. And I set them up and I establish them and make sure they're right. Administratively, organizationally, spiritually. You know, that's what I do. I do that. And so one of the things I want to do is find pastors that I can set up churches for and put them over. A man and woman, or a man or a woman, somebody who has the call to really pastor. And I'll keep that church aligned apostolic. And maybe I come in there once a month, every so often. But so that churches can be in every locality, doing what they should be doing, being that church that the community needs, that the entire community can dump in, no matter who they are. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna say this. I get tired of seeing all these gay churches. Let me explain what I mean. I don't have no problem with a gay person starting a church, a homosexual starting a church, you know. But this is the thing. I want to see some Carlton Pearsons, some Larry Reids, some Obamas. People who say, be who you are, do what you do, who may not themselves identify as gay, but are okay with everything. Because I think a lot of times what happens when a gay person set up a church and they become affirming, it just becomes another, to me, and this is my opinion, it just becomes another something that a gay person does and gay people support, as opposed to really shifting the consciousness of all of our society. It becomes I want the church to be a microcosm of the society, spiritually, as far as color is concerned, culturally, and really be a microcosm. I get tired of black pastors starting black churches. I want to see what I believe, this is me personally, is in the mind of God in every community. And I want to see the community in that church and not just a part of that community. Why everybody in there black? Why everybody in there white? Why everybody in there? You know what I mean? Mix it up. I know it's going to be a little piece, but it does seem like this is a pattern. And collectively in our country, there's a deficit of personal and spiritual growth. And everywhere I look, there's a church here, church there, church there. So what's really up? That's what I want to know. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. Somebody said, tell the truth, Reid. Somebody said, you're going to make me call back in again. Lincoln Love, I feel you. It should not be segregated to just one group. Let me see. That's it. Church have become more business and no longer community. Absolutely. And I agree. And folk is inboxing me while I am on. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to have this conversation with you guys. I'm about to end this with prophecy. Listen to this. This is a prophecy that I was given December 2017. And I'm going to say we didn't pay it a darn attention. Now it is more clearer than ever before. 3 things I said that you need to do in order to have, where I said, echoing what I believe to be the Spirit of God, Spirit of Jesus Christ, Spirit of truth, Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit, told me. It said, press the reset button, clear out email, clear out old text, clean out closet, get rid of stuff, things that you didn't wear over the last year. Go to the spa, do a cleanse or detox, attend a prayer visual or have your own prayer visual and group meditations or some spiritual retreat of some kind. Number 1 in 2008. Have you done it? All right, that's what I'm going over it. It's about making 2018 your best year. Number 2, make a list of the most important things in your life. Narrow it down to the top 3 or 4 things. Number 3, make a list of the most important people in your life and narrow it down to the top 3 or 4 people. And the reason why for this is because these 3 things and 3 people are going to be like guides for decision making in 2018 from 2018 forward. Those are the first 3 things. Did you guys do that? Now I'm going to tell you what else that was said concerning 2018. It says, if you're not at peace with your 2017, you're going to carry energy from carry that energy over into 2018. And this is going to disrupt, interfere, and unsettle you, your plans, and your relationships. Resolve unresolved conflict if you can, and just let the rest go with peace in your soul. The past cannot be changed, but understanding it, honoring it, and being thankful for it will change you for the better. Okay, and basically, we were supposed to thank 2017 over and over. Let's take a moment and do that. One breath through your nose, out your mouth, and say, thank you, 2017. Thank you, 2017. Let's be thankful and grateful for what has happened. And let's begin to, with that thankfulness and that same energy, that same spirit, begin to look throughout 2017, 16, 15, and see what we can extract, what lesson or what learning we can extract and implement 2018 that will make my life better, your life better, everybody connected to me better. All right. Something else that was said. And this happened, and all of this came out of a vision I had in 2017. And it was 7 things in this vision that were significant, and then I'm going to end this live. I hope you share this with everybody. 7 things that were significant. You can take the number off the screen while I'm sharing this. Number 1, there's going to be a complete breakdown. This is what was communicated to me concerning 2018. But this was communicated to me in 2017, that there's going to be a complete breakdown. The entire thing will blow up. Thinking, belief, practice, routine, all out of its form and your control. Demolition, explosion, demolished. Every system, even the government, even the church. Okay? We have seen this 159 times over and over so far, and it ain't over. All right? Number 2, the command was do not rekindle, reboot, restart, or resuscitate the relationships of your past. Let them completely and entirely go. This was communicated to me in 2017, and now it's clearer than what it was then. Number 3, focus on building a new relationship with yourself. Get counseling. Go to counseling. Talk, 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 talk. Meet new people from different backgrounds and of the opposite sex, S-E-X, and of other faiths. Intermingle, personally and professionally benefiting. Anybody remember this? We forgot. No, this was in 2017. 2017 also was said concerning 2018. Reconnect with your roots. Research. Question your family's elders. Get their story. Find out what you did not know. Do this before the close. In that period of time, said do this within the close of 30 to 45 days. Number 5. Do not freely travel abroad. I forgot about this. Let me read this and see what this is saying. At the time of this video, I am excluding, this is my notes from a video I done. At the time of this video, I'm excluding Europe and the islands, meaning they are safe. But there are pockets of resistance that are unpredictable, scattered everywhere, even in the U.S., that are constantly busy implementing strategies that harm others. Number 6, prepare yourself for quick and accelerated movement forward as it relates to your goals, dreams, plans, and overall vision. The first half of the year, you're going to do more, accomplish more than you did in entire 2017. Last one, attend to your individuality, duality, and plurality, and in that order. This will rapidly deepen, thicken, and expand your spirituality, i.e. your humanity. Woo! Lord Jesus. Ain't that something? Okay, so I hope you have benefited from this live. I want to talk to each and every one of you that are watching me. I want you to tell me how you were impacted by today's broadcast. What I said, there's something that I said today that really impacted you. Call me right now or comment up under this video. Call me right now, comment up on this video, and let me know what was said that impacted you. And if you got a question, if you have a question because of something that I said, something that you just watched, if you got a question, call me right now. Tell me your name and the location you are calling from, and I will do my best to answer your question. Now, let me say this out. I don't know every darn thing. I just don't know. I don't know every darn thing. But I have experienced a lot of things, and I have a couple of degrees and a couple of a pretty nice skill set upon me. And I do my best to help you. So if you want to call in and you don't mind sharing before our audience, I don't know who's going to see this, you can call in right now, 646-787-8174, and ask me your question. Let me see what you are saying on Facebook. I tend to always look at Facebook first. Somebody said, I got to catch this from the beginning. Yeah, you do. You really do. Somebody said, start one in my area, a Kala area, and I will be there. That's so nice to know. Let me see. I got to look on Periscope. I got Periscope going to. Let me see what y'all saying over there. I'm sure I missed some of what y'all said over there. I'm so sorry. Let me see on YouTube as well. Let's see what y'all saying. I think y'all can talk to me on YouTube. I think so. That's a new account, though. You may not be able to talk to me on that new account. I know you can LRL. I can see y'all comments live. Let me see here. Let me try. If I miss a comment, you see one. Can you let me know? Okay, I'm logging in to YouTube so I can see your comments. Let me see here. Okay. All right, call me 646-787-8174. If you want to call me right now and you, let's say that you have a, you need to know what's on the mind of God. You need to know what's on the mind of the Spirit. If you go right now to our website, thembnnetwork.org, go right now. Any donation, when you give the donation, I'm going to see it right here live on the show. And if I see that, then what I want to do, I want to pray or speak prophetically over your life. And at the same time, you get to help what we are doing here on the MBN network. That's Power Up 15, Larry Live, even the life classes that we have to, book and do, and anything else that we will be doing. I'm actually looking for property now so that we can operate fully and totally out of one location, as well sponsor some events there. So anything that you do is going to be used for that. It's so funny how my hair show up like that. Okay, let me see what you're saying over here on Facebook while we are doing that. Let me reload because the comments done got lagging behind. Yes, I agree. I do agree. I do agree that it's important for churches to think in the area of advancement and trying to advance and grow. I think it's very important for that to happen. Say it again. Oh, I missed the question. What was the question? I said, what was black religion before the boat came? Jewish Muslim. Oh, I'm so glad you asked me that question. Someone said to me, they said we weren't even into the whole Christianity thing before we came over here. And that's really not true. If you just study a little bit, there was some, I know Christianity officially started 30 AD, so them say. but some form of Christianity, some ancient Judaism, which Christianity basically is another form of Judaism. The whole idea of Christianity or some form of a great God and little you, that's sort of very parallel to the mindset of someone that will be given to slavery or being enslaved, that was already in place. We have always, I'm talking about the Cushite, the black person, we have always been spiritual and mindful of some great deity or deities. And so it was not very difficult to, for some, to get us to believe stateside that God and being a slave and was somehow another connected to spirituality. Now, all the slaves that were brought over were not, of that kind of energy or complex or material that you can easily enslave me. Some jumped off the boat. Some no, they fought. They were murdered because they weren't going to do it. So by no stretch of the mind am I saying everybody that brought over here was some. No, that's not what I'm saying. But to say the very opposite, that they weren't Christian or weren't God-fearing before they were brought over a boat over here, that's not true as well. It was a mongrel mass of Africans that was made Americans, okay? So glad you asked me that. Because a lot of people get that wrong. A lot of people get that wrong or get that mixed up. Somebody says, say the link again to donate. It is the mbnnetwork.org, or you can do the mbnnetwork@gmail.com for Google Wallet, or info@the mbnnetwork.org for PayPal. Okay, so we're going to get that started. As soon as I see that start coming in, I'm going to call your name, and make sure you have your phone ready where you can record what I'm going to say to you as you are watching and listening to me, so you can go back and watch it. For those of you that do not know, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I have a service called Life Guide for You that I do this from, but I'm doing it right now online. Yes, the link is up, lifeguideforyou.com, that I do it, several times a week. But I want to do that for those of you that are watching the Power Up 15 now. For anyone that will go to that link right now and donate, I will use what I have in order to help you live life a little bit better. Okay? All right, let me see here. Yeah, it's important to reconnect with your roots. This is something that I had this conversation with someone earlier this week, because they were asking me, who I believe God was. I said, I believe who God is or was, or whatever you want to put it. I said, you can look at the life of Jesus. And for me, that is a good picture of God. That's just what I believe. And it doesn't matter to me, it doesn't bother me, and doesn't frustrate my faith to know that some of the Bible is not true. Some of Christianity is made up from other religions. It does not bother me that the possibility of there's no proof of Jesus ever existing. It doesn't make any difference to me, because it works for me. It has worked for me, whether it is an entity that my spirituality holds, that is never existed in real life. That doesn't matter to me, because the entity or the being or the who that Jesus is God to me. So it doesn't matter if that was just the path or just the tool to get me connected to God, because it worked. And it is working. So that does not bother me at all. I've always known, that what I said or what I did or things of that nature, what it could be, what it wasn't, or that it was just what it was to me. I was aware of that. Over half of my walk with God and in the Christian church, but it never has moved me to the left or to the right at all. None. Okay, 2 more questions. Let's go. Okay, well, I don't. Oh, I said I'll be able to see it, didn't I? And I don't even see if I. Let me see if I can see it. Why this button ain't working? Hold on for a minute. Let me use my phone, cause I'm gonna go ahead and just blame the devil. The devil's busy, and then what we do? Okay, yeah, I see something in here. Okay, I think what some of you had done, you just go there and click donate. Don't go there and click become a partner, because then you sign up to be drafted 4 times a month at $25. You become a partner. Now, if you want to do that, you can. And that means you get to be with me on the phone 30 minutes every 30 days for direction and counseling and things of that nature. But if that's not what you're trying to do, make sure you don't hit that button. All right, Marie Harding. Marie Harding, are you ready? All right, Marie Harding, record now for your reading. Marie, you are about to marry within yourself 2 different types of thinking. You're going to marry the thought complex or the thought pattern of feeling and then thinking, and then you're going to marry the complex of thinking. Many times throughout your life, what you have done, you have always went with what you feel and then think about it later on, and many times you have been left with some regrets. But you're moving out of that space and out of that place in your life to where you are going to be living a life of regret because of decisions that you have made. Brilliance is rising in the inside of you, Marie, and you're going to begin to make choices and decisions that are well thought out. This is one of the things that you're going to notice happen in your life before September the 3rd. Before September the 3rd, what you are going to experience, you're going to have one dream, and this dream is going to be directive, and it's going to tell you exactly what you need to do in the area of learning. It's almost like a certificate course. It's almost like going back to school. It's almost like some kind of training. The second thing that you are going to do, you are going to take a trip. And this trip that you are going to go on, you are going to meet somebody that is going to give you information that's going to be so critical that is going to inspire your decision making over the next 3 years. And over the next 3 years, you're going to find yourself making a whole lot of different changes, even the location that you live in, as a result of this information and this enrollment into this certificate course of this schooling of this type. And this is going to all happen before September the 3rd. You're moving out of a space of being a feeler and you're going into being a thinker, and it's going to impact your life so much. It's going to change your circle of friends, and it's going to change one friend that you're connected to and been connected to for around 12 years. It's going to change that relationship, and that change in that relationship is going to happen by the close of 2018. So get ready for some great things that are coming. All right, let's look at the next one. Let me see. I'm having a look in. Yeah, I see what them typing in there, but I got to look and see what PayPal say. This okay, what PayPal say? Okay, Joan, is that Joanne or Joan? Joanne Milton. Joanne Milton. I see. This is, huh? Okay, Joanne Matthews. Okay, on this it says Milton, so I'm going to say Joanne. Joanne or Joan. Today's date is May the 20th, 2018. I see where you are going to move out of this space. It's like you're moving out of a relationship that has caused misery. It's like you're moving out of a relationship that has caused a whole lot of questioning. If you have not just moved out of this relationship, you're going to move out of this relationship, and you're going to go into an aloneness of being elite. Even if you are paired with somebody, aloneness deals with going into a place of an elite mindset and thinking singularly. And this is going to be so reparative for you, because it's extremely important that from this moment forward that you move with singularity, that you make plans and you make decisions with singularity. What is best for me? What is the best thing for me to do? I don't care if you're married, if you have a mate, or whatever the thing is. You're moving into singularity, because moving with other people in mind has caused you a measure of misery. And you're moving out of that miserableness, you're moving out of that space, and you're actually going into a space to where you're going to be happy, and you're going to become happy by your own hand. By your own hand, or you're going to experience this happiness because of decisions that you're going to make to move singularly. It's about you. It's about you. In fact, I want your mantra for the next 3 days to be, it's about me. It's about me. It's about me. 3 times, many times a day. Say, it's about me. It's about me. It's about me. Say it 3 times, many times a day. All right. All right. Well, that's all I see. It's all that has came through right now. And so I'm going to let you go. Make sure you review 2018, the whole prophecy thing, and go back and you watch what we talked about concerning why aren't you at church. Put your comments up under here on YouTube and on Facebook. Periscope, they disappear. But if you put them right here, I will be able to see them. Play that advertisement right there, the 47-second one. And you can see this advertisement. I'm going to let you guys go. I love you a whole lot. Meet me here for Power Up Tuesday. Power Up 15 on Tuesdays, 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening. In the morning is prayer, in the evening is spiritual education on Tuesdays. But today I just popped up and done this, and I'm so glad I was able to talk to some of you. I will love you a wool leap. Bye.